Our second Distinguished Entrepreneur of the Year award goes to Dr. Norman Chang. Let's congratulate Norman first. Let me introduce the introducer, Mr. Weijie Yun. Weijie Yun is the founder and managing partner of Taich Partners. So as a serial entrepreneur, he brings deep industry domain knowledge to identify investment opportunities and hands-on operating experience to help portfolio companies to grow their business. So currently he's serving as the board member observer in a number of startup companies, and he also invested in a number of other technology companies. Before that, he was a very successful serial entrepreneur with a proven track record of combining his technical insights and market intuitions to maximize companies' value. He was the founder and CEO of Intelligent Systems, AIP Networks, and SciTech. Currently, he is a member of the Board of Trustees at UC Berkeley Foundation and a founding board member of MET program of UC Berkeley, which is actually very famous. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Yun.
Thank you, Christy. Thanks for the very nice introduction. It's really a great honor for me to introduce Norman to be the winner of this year's Entrepreneur of the Year. As I mentioned, Norman and I have known each other for 37 years. When both of us were young and clueless, and believe it or not, we actually shared the same cubicle next to each other for about 4 years. So when I first got a call from Norman to introduce him, I thought, oh, that's great. That's an easy job, right? Given the time, the day and age with all the AIs, well, the first thing that says, hey, let's go to ChatGPT, see what it has to say. Oops. Well, long story short, it gave me a very long list of his accomplishments. And if I go through that, I'll probably put you to sleep. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll tell you something that ChatGPT would never be able to tell you. Some personal stories about Norman. After 30 years, I'm sure I have a lot of juicy stories. I'm sure you'll be enjoying it. The first thing I want to tell you is that, I'm sure you all know his professional accomplishment, starting Apache, part of Ansys, being an IEEE Fellow, so on and so forth. But I don't think anyone knows doing EDA designs is really not his true passion. It's really his hobby. And his true passion is tennis. Believe it or not, he plays tennis every day. Rain or shine, because he plays indoor. And for the last 40 years. And I attribute to him, he's the one who got me started on tennis. So I'm very grateful for that. And for the entrepreneurs in the audience, if you ever want to seek advice from Norman, the best way to get hold of him is just, hey Norman, how about play tennis sometime? I'm sure you get a very positive response very quickly. Now, the danger of that, if you beat him in tennis, be very careful because he might bug you, ask you to play tennis with him every day. Now, the second story I want to share is that, we all know he started Apache. And this is the photo he and his co-founder, Shen, took in Chinatown. Like most of the companies in Valley, start somewhere. And you all know that, a few years later, it was part of Ansys, and this is the celebration dinner at Andrew Yan's house. Now, the thing is, this as much as his big accomplishment, but in my gut feel, that Norman made some mistakes at the very beginning, right? Just if you look at this picture, right? Something's not quite right. Number one is in Chinatown, not at Denny's. And number two, he started a company apparently in the summertime, not in the winter, that he can wear a leather jacket. If that happened, possibly Apache may acquire Ansys, or possibly even Synopsys. So you never know, right? Everything is possible in Silicon Valley. Now, the third story I want to share with you is that Norman, over the last 40 years, have never changed. He's let's look as young as 30-some years ago, right? And I'm sure the tennis helps, but one thing I think all of us can learn from Norman is that he always a very optimistic person. Whenever I see him, he always have a big smile on his face. And I think that's something we all can learn from him. That be optimistic and try things, with a very positive attitude. Now, in addition to his academic professional accomplishment, he's also a great philanthropist. He has established scholarships at Berkeley and Taiwan National University to support future generation of engineers and entrepreneurs. So, congratulations to Norman, and thank you for the friendship for the last few decades, and thank you for all the positive impact you made on me and all the friends around you. Thank you.
Thank you, Luigi. Can you stay? Because we want to hear more stories, obviously. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Norman Chang. Let's take the group photo. Congratulations. Yeah, Norman, the stage is yours.
Thanks for the kind word from Reggie. And you can see from his resume, he's more qualified than me winning this award. So I found you a winner next year for the coming years. So thanks a lot, Reggie. Reggie, he has a penetrating body. He's very good on the tennis court. So I learned a lot from him. Started 37 years ago. And secondly, I want to thank the committee, the award committee, to give us this award. And I'm very honored to receive this award on behalf of the whole co-founder team at Apache Design Solutions that are Shen and Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang is a very famous VC now. They all retired and they are investing in different companies. And so I want to tell you some story about how we started the company. So about 2001, similar for the previous company by Sun. That in 2001, before a couple of years before that, we visited the Four Corners, the VLIW team, which is headed by Shen. Now is a senior VP at ND. So at that time, we are trying to learn what kind of problems that they are trying to solve, including the power integrity, thermal integrity, inductance extraction for the VLIW architecture. And so after 10 years work with them, that publishing book on inductance, we have many papers on different problems on the high frequency design of the VLIW, CPU design. So at that time, everyone is starting a company in 2001 at that time, if you remember, HP Labs. So there are so many startups coming from HP Labs. So we think that my group, so we come up from the HP Labs. Why don't we start a company working on a dynamic ion trap, which does not exist in the market? At that time, the market only has a static IR draw. So dynamic IR draw is the foundation now for all the SoC design and also 3D IC design in terms of the analysis. So you can see that on the slide that I want to talk about adaptive innovation. So when we started at 201, no one needs inductance. No one heard about inductance. That inductance only for 1 or 2 designs in the world that has a 1 gigahertz frequency. So we started the company based on the inductance expression for dynamic IR drop. But suddenly no one needs a dynamic IR drop because of inductance. So we have to look at the other stories. Maybe the simultaneous switching from the flip-flops that the President tools put together at that time. And fortunately, the President tools made a lot of mistakes. Put the simultaneous flip-flops cluster together very closely, and that can cause a dynamic IR drop. So adaptive innovation means that you have to look for the innovation that may not be existing in your original proposal to solve the problem. That you want to talk to the customers to look at 2 to 5 years and to see what problems they are trying to solve, and then come out the adaptive innovation that can solve the problem that they are looking for, or they are looking for 2 to 4 years after that. And so we started with the power integrity, and that was quite successful. We gradually talking to TI, Qualcomm, Broadcom, everyone, and Intel as well. Intel was one of our investors. And then we go over the other areas because we are continually talking to customers. So thermal integrity, reliability, EMI, EMC, all kinds of problems that through the adaptive innovation method that we have a great intuition to come up with a solution for the problems. And we can solve customers' problem faster than our competitors. So we still have a very high percentage, 89% of the market share. And since acquisition in 2011, that our revenue have more than 4 or 5 times larger. And now we are going to be merged with Synopsys maybe next year for $35 billion. And we are the essential ingredient that Synopsys is looking for to provide a comprehensive solution for 3D IC physical integrity design and analysis. And that's the areas that we are working on. So next, because there are so many potential people who are going to start the company now in this audience, so I'd like to share a few experiences that I had. That you want to work very hard, but you want to enjoy working hard while persevering on enjoying your workmanship. Like some, he works $15 every day. And at that time, in the first several years, of course, we work 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours every day. And that's no question. So teamwork is a must. Working hard is a must. Adaptive innovation is a must. And also, you want to enjoy working hard. And working on the brand new market, that's the most exciting. To come up with a solution for the brand new market. You have no competitors in the market. Enjoy your growth in the market very well. If you are working on the existing market, then you have to provide 10 times better solution, and that will be tough. So the other idea that we can share is be curious, be open to the new ideas, and try to develop. And what's the new problem you are trying to solve as a startup may not be the problem in your expertise, but you can pick up most knowledge from everywhere, from YouTube, from the book. But to identify the problem, put together a team, and that's the key to a successful startup. It's not the knowledge you have, not the expertise that you own. It's the way, the vision, and you can see the problem, the way you want to solve, and then you solve faster than other people and deliver the solution to what customers are wishing to have for the 2 to 4 years. And lastly, that I have 2 suggestions that if you try to help as much as possible to others, and it's a virtuous cycle that you don't know when the people will help you. And that's the same thing that from our nomination committee, that Henry and David Fang, that we knew each other for a long time, and they will think of me sometimes I didn't know. So that's one reason that you want to help other people as well. And the last suggestion is that please exercise every day. I play tennis every morning from 6 to 7:30. And after playing tennis, I have a whole bunch of energy to think about how to solve the problem and how to talk to the customers, how to visualize what's the upcoming solution, and which can be an intuition from your experience talking to customers, working on the problems. So thanks a lot and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Norman, and congratulations again.